What's that? I don't think I worked out that morning.
Like, were you packing your lunch in the kitchen? Like, did you
Oh,
have to
yeah.
do all that normal stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I packed for lunch and everything. Did all that. I don't remember about the basement. Unless I just worked out that morning, I just don't remember. I don't think I did.
So one of the more...
Unless there was a trash bag down there, then.
Yeah, you got trash bags from there.
Maybe there wasn't any in the garage. I went down there and got one.
Do you normally carry a roll of trash bags in your truck? So there was a roll in your truck.
There was?
Yeah.
Maybe I just grabbed it and brought it with me then.
That would have been kept in the basement, maybe? Or
Basement or the garage.
the garage. I'm sorry, what were you saying, Graham?
One of the more kind of poignant or tender moments in all of this was seeing you with your dad when he came in. What was it like when you picked him up at the airport?
It was very strange. It was kind of like I almost knew this was probably the last time I'd ever see him on the outside. In my head, I knew that.
Yeah. What did you guys talk about?
Honestly, like, he just wanted to talk about sports. He just like, he's always kind of like, distance himself from like a problem type thing. Like, when, like, if there was ever an issue or anything like that, he always wanted to talk about, like, just bring up, like, when I was trying to get him to quit smoking, like, all the time, like, just after, like, I graduated high school and whatnot, he would.
Are you talking about cigarettes?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he would always like just change the subject. Like, oh, you ever happened in the race, football or something? I mean, he just never wanted, like, he said, okay, yeah, I'll get to it, and he was boom, something else. And I just kind of felt like it was kind of like that. Like he asked like a few questions, like, do you know where they're at? Do you think you know where they're at or anything like that? And I don't know. And then like. Start talking about, just want to talk about sports, just like normal things. Just kind of, I'm not sure if he maybe knew anything, maybe he kind of figured out something maybe happened. Just wanted to talk to me as his son.
Is it possible he saw that you were in a stressful situation and wanted to do what he always did?
Yeah.
Make things comfortable?
I think that was a good way to put it.
I bet you picked up a lot of that from him.
Yeah, because stressful situations, like, I mean, the gray hair doesn't show it, but, like, I try not to be stressed. But, it's, like, I worked on cars, there's a lot of stress, because it's always, it's on commission, you get paid what you do, not by showing up. So, that darker was a little less stressful, I got paid to be there.
Was your dad's marriage like yours and Shanann's marriage, as far as like your dad was the more passive one and your mom was the more
mom was always the more aggressive one.
Was she like Shanann in a way? I mean, were you attracted to Shanann because she was kind of like how your mom and dad's relationship was, or?
It was like, it almost mirrored like her mom and dad's relationship, honestly, because her dad's like my dad. They're both like kind of calm, cool, or like.
I could see that, yeah.
And her mom is very.
Sandy rules that roost.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Very, and it's just like I kind of related into that because like her mom always said like she always told Shanann that she would marry somebody that was kind of like her dad, and I felt like I was kind of like her dad. I mean, I wasn't like we couldn't build a lot of things he could, but our personalities were kind of like I was always I think he really liked me the first time he met me because like I was helping Shanann with this. She had got this car from the dealership that she worked at, and she was driving around and felt like the wheel was going to fall off. And I pulled over where her dad was, and I got her meat jacked it up, and I was like trying to fix everything. He said like any other guy she ever dated would have just like stood by and watched me do it. And so I think that's when she really like kind of like me.
That's cute.
It was like I was always wanting to help people, not to hurt anybody.
Well, and you helped her all through her lupus, and you're at the colonoscopy, and you're jacking up the car.
Yeah, anytime she had an issue with like the car at the Dirty South Customs, like I was just out to work. She what I could do with it. You know, I would just, do whatever I could to help.
Yeah. Well, and I think one of the reasons Frank and Sandy work so well is because Frank let Sandy be Sandy.
Yeah.
And they probably both saw in you that you let Shanann be Shanann.
Yeah, I just like, you know, I didn't try to change her.
Right.
Like, I just let her be, you know, who she is.
Yeah.
She's like, you know, she's gung ho. She's, she knows what she wants. She's gonna go get it.
Yeah.
And I didn't say, hey, you know, you can't do that. And that's what her first husband.
Yeah.
He controlled everything. He tried to be Sandy, and it didn't work. And she turned into almost like me. She was like, she just kind of like laid back and just kind of like let him do what he was doing. And I think she learned after that she could just be herself. And with me, she could definitely be herself.
Yeah.
So that's how it worked.
So do you think your dad had any inkling? Because I'm trying to remember the timing. He showed up when you were still walking around. You weren't in any trouble yet. Ronnie came in.
Yeah, I had met with you the night before for like 3 or 4 hours. And then I was at Nick and Amanda's house.
Okay.
I was there, and that's when I went to go pick him up.
Okay. And you picked him up. It was early that morning, right?
He had like 10:30 or something when Spike came in.
Okay. And then so from there, you guys probably drove home and then to the police station.
Yep.
And the tops there were no type of confession from you. Okay.
No, it was like, he was just gonna wait.
Okay.
I told him, like, you know, be hungry. There's like that barbecue joint down the street. Like, you know, it's good. And it's, you know, he told me he never left.
He didn't. I wasn't lying.
Yeah.
He was faithful. He was.
Yes. I mean, I don't know how he lasted that long without food.
We ended up giving them food.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was great. And the reason I ask is because when I look back and watch that video, now knowing what I know after talking to you today, I can see how genuine he was. But I just didn't know if you guys had come up with some sort of plan. Okay.
No, we never talked about it.
Okay.
If I had told him anything, he would have probably just told me to tell him right away.
I think you're right.
Like, he would have still loved me either way, but he would have told me you need to tell him, like right now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I didn't think I was going to be there for 14 or however long it was, like 10 hours or something like that day.
You were there a long time.
Yeah, but it was, he would have told me just to say, just to tell you.
Yeah.
Did you know walking in there that you were going to tell him? Or did you think?
I knew there was a reason you brought me back in. I know, well, for the,
What'd you think about the polygraph?
that was horrible.
Why did you say that?
I don't know how you do that.
Why did you say that?
Because Tammy's a torturer.
I am not.
No, like,
Tell me.
You answered, you asked me questions for like 3 or 4 hours beforehand, and then you do the polygraph, and it's like you just break down somebody's brain to where like,
Too
like,
much or what?
much. Jello, and it's just like, I know it's you guys have a job, and you have a plan, and that's what you execute it.
She's thorough, right? There's
Yeah.
no way to get out of there without the truth.
No, I mean, I kind of knew, like, because right when you asked me about, like, Saturday night, when I told you about the rock thing, I was like, man, she was, like, going through her head, and I had to fucking lie.
Well, we did know, we found out about Nikki right before the polygraph.
I figured that out after with meeting with John and everybody that
Yeah.
she had met with somebody from CBI, like on the 14th or the 15th. I was just like they were talking. Oh, okay. You already knew, but
I mean, I didn't know how expensive it was, but yes, we knew.
yeah, I mean, walking in there that day, just walking into that room, I knew I wasn't walking out.
Yeah.
Just the feeling I had walking in that room.
Yeah.
Just seeing all, I mean, I don't remember if the polygraph stuff was already in there. I think it was.
It was, yeah.
But it was, I knew I was.
I just feel like sometimes when people, you know, do the bad thing and they stay, like, some part of me thinks, well, I think they're here because they really want to tell us what happened. Because it's not normal that you want to keep all that in. Like, that just kills people on the inside, and I could tell it was killing you that day.
Yeah, I mean, it was like that. The 13th when I slept in the house, I don't think I slept maybe like 2 hours because I just finally just got so tired I just fell asleep. I had every light on. Nothing felt right.
What were you thinking about during your media interview?
I didn't want to do it.
Why did you do it? Did you feel like you had to do it?
I felt like, you know, they would have just kept knocking on my door until I answered it. And, like, I didn't even set it up, but, you know, Nicole Atkinson set it up. She told me, hey, Fox,
Did you the one that set it up?
she said Fox is going to be at your house at 10:30. I'm like, what? Like, okay. Then, you know, I think I even called you about it, like, what do you recommend that I do? And, like, kind of you. I'm like, okay. I called one of her friends, you know, what should I do? And she said I probably wouldn't do it, but I just felt like, you know, I don't even want to know what I said, what I looked like on there, because I knew it. Some people said it just made it look even worse after the fact, but
It didn't look good. I mean, obviously we can't say, oh, we knew right then he was lying, but I think we all watched it together and went, this might be bad.
yeah.
I had that feeling after I watched it. So, I could kind of see it in your face.
It's like I was just lying to more and more people, and it's just like
Do you have internet access here?
no.
So you don't, just don't get into that trap of putting in watching
What
all
trap? Oh.
the social media trap and all that.
No, they don't let you have social media here. Like, I think some of the GP guys are getting like these little like tablets or something that are like, you know, the size of like a older iPhone or something. I think they can use like email, but I'm not sure about like social media. Definitely not social media, but like I'm not sure about internet or not. But this way it's kind of like, you know, like 10 on 5 for phone anyways. I would think.
I don't know, we're getting service, which is weird.
Yeah.
I didn't think we would.
It's right here.
Yeah, right in this
Maybe
room.
it's just kind of like a hub of computers.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
true.
a spot.
Computer room, you would hope they'd have some.
Did you talk to Nikki afterwards? After all this happened?
On the 13th and 14th.
What was that conversation like?
It was the 13th. It's kind of like, you know, it was more text and then maybe a phone call, like a phone call, and then she thought maybe she had like took off with the kids, like just, you know, because I was telling her I didn't know where they were and all that. And the 14th, she kind of like, I think she kind of thought something may have happened because they hadn't come back.
Why do you say that she might have thought that?
Her, you know, she kept asking me like some weird questions. Like she kept asking like questions that only I would know, but she was testing to see if like it was actually me on the phone. Like
What do you mean?
like she would ask like, you know, like what's my dog's name, or like what do I like what yoga studio do I go to, or something like that. It's like I just answer like and then like another thing about I'm not sure if this is you. It's like okay.
Is this through text or is this through call?
Text.
Oh, okay. So she wasn't hearing your voice. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it possible she thought you'd been arrested and we were on the phone?
One. Either Shanann had my phone or somebody else had my phone, or like maybe, you know, maybe she thought it was the
Well, hopefully Shanann would know all the answers to those questions, right?
No, this is Nikki asking me.
Yeah, but if she's asking you your name of your dog and what yoga studio and
Yeah.
like wouldn't
So
she know that?
maybe she thought, you know, maybe I was with Shanann, that she was just trying to find out who she was. But yeah, like some of the conversation like on the 14th got a little weird. I think that's when she met with FBI or something, or FBI. I'm not sure who she met with first.
So she talked to you after she met with?
Nope.
Oh, she
That
did.
was like she had told me like this is the last time you'll probably hear from me. I'm going to stay at my friend Jim's place while this is all going on. She said not to contact her until this is done. She told me to delete everything. I didn't delete everything. Okay. I'm not sure why I didn't delete everything, but probably helped you guys out a little bit. But
She told you to delete everything?
delete all conversations.
Did she tell you why?
She just said delete it. Which I don't think you can ever delete a text message.
We're pretty good at getting deleted text messages.
Did, when your dad came in, one of the first things you guys talked about, he said, you know, kind of quietly, I cheated on her, I cheated on Shanann or something. Your dad didn't know until that time?
No, when I was in North Carolina on August 6th, when I spent most of the day with my parents and my sister and everybody, you know, I had told them like something like, you know, I don't think this is gonna work, like, with what happened with the nuts and everything, and they're not being able to see the kids, they're like, you know, this is the first time they had talked to me, and pretty much.
Oh, because you went 3 weeks or something, right?
Yeah, because Shannon told me to call him while I was at the beach just to smooth everything out, because she was like, all right, whatever's going on in your head, you need to fix this. But she didn't want the kids to see him, she didn't want to see him. And then, like, when I did see him on August 6th, it was after I went and saw my grandmother. She's in a nursing home. And she still wouldn't go see my parents or anybody with the kids. So I just told her to leave me there, and my dad would come pick me up, and, you know, spend the whole day there. They were, you know, they said they want to see the kids. They just don't know if they could ever, like, you know, just forgive Shan for everything that happened that day. I guess, I mean, I'm not sure, like, everything that was said that day when they had that argument, but apparently it was like a knockdown, drag out, like, bomb that went on there.
Pretty hurtful thing.
Yeah, I'm guessing so. And, you know, they just don't know, like, if they could ever forgive her or not. I never told them about, like, you know, cheating on her. Like, they even asked me, is there somebody else?
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
So they could kind of sense maybe something's going on.
I think he was texting me the entire time I was over there.
Oh.
Like, they could kind of see, like, I was texting somebody, but it was like, maybe they kind of knew, like, even like when I was in San Diego talking to my friend Mark, I told him about Nikki, but I didn't tell him, like, I was going to meet up with her.
Okay.
I told him that, you know, I was trying to, like, I should have just told him right then, maybe that would have helped. I know maybe he had an instance where there was some girl coming after him, and she was engaged, and he ended up getting with her, and then they were together, and then she cheated on him.
Is this before he was married or during?
It's after.
Okay.
So, like, he could have, you know, helped me, but I just, you know, I never told him the whole thing. That, you know, it was a lot further along than I wanted it to be.
That's interesting to think about, right? His dad kind of gave him some good advice.
Yeah, everybody. Now, this is my friend Mark.
Oh,
My
I'm
dad.
sorry. Okay.
Well, in San Diego.
Oh, I gotcha.
Do you think you told Mark about that, but hoping that he maybe questioned you about it, or?
Well, I was, because, you know, Mark, my best friend, you know, I grew up with him since I was like 8, 9 years old. So, like, he had been married before, and it didn't work out because they were stationed together or something, like, over in Korea. And, I should have just kind of came out with, like, the whole story, like, you know, like, I just told him there was this girl at work that, you know, I've been talking to, but I, you know, I'm just distancing myself from her, but that wasn't the case. I was just letting it, you know, exponentially get worse. If I told him, like, hey, you know, he would have been like, whoa, man, like, all right, take a step back and look, and, like, don't, like, fall into that trap, being you're going to be alone for 5 weeks. So there's times I wish, you know, like, maybe Shan didn't have to go away for 5 weeks. Maybe we all just went for 1 week. Nothing would have ever happened. I mean, 5 weeks alone, that's the only reason, really, that was even almost even allowed to happen.
There are quite a few people who would tell us, and who do tell us, you need to look into Nikki more, Nikki Kissinger. All the way from the extreme end of things being Nikki's the one who ordered the hit.
She was there. I'm in the basement.
She was there.
Yeah.
You know, so the extreme is she's the one who told Chris to do it. She's the real problem. All the way, that's the extreme side, and then all the way to, well, there were these texts where she was infatuated, she was in love, she was saying how good Chris was in the sack, and maybe we should look at her more. You know, what would you say to those people?
Like, you know, she had her moments where I had to talk her, like, off a ledge kind of deal.
What's that mean?
Like, I guess after the fact, there was, like, videos of her that she was, like, recording herself because she was, like, bipolar or something. I never knew that. But it's like, she would get worked up about nothing. She would just, like, she came to my house once, because I think it was, like, July 4th. I didn't have to work that day. So I didn't, like, get up at, like, you know, 4 o'clock and go home. And Shannon called me, like, times in a row. And I didn't hear it because I was sleeping. And I was just like, and she was pissed. Chanel was pissed. And like I called her on outside, like, where are you at? Like, what? Like, I was like, I didn't have to work today. It's like, call me at like, 5:30. It's like, well, kids want to talk to you at 7:30. I'm like I was sleeping. She's just like, screw you, like, like I don't know where you're at. And I went back inside. So I'm like, I gotta go. And she was just like, okay. Then you come back? I'm like, probably not.
So wait a minute, you kind of lost me there. Were you at Nikki's place when
Yeah.
Shanann called you?
Yeah.
Okay, and so you were sleeping in her bed.
Yeah, because I wasn't going to work that day because I didn't have to that day.
Okay.
First holiday I ever had off. And, Chanel was pissed. And, it kind of pissed Nikki off too that I left. But I think that's when I called Nikki later and she was like, she kind of realized that, she'd always be like, the second, she said second bill.
Sure.
And because that's how I probably would come back that day. Because, I don't want to be anywhere else when Shanann calls. She was already pissed. So, it was stuff like that where she would she would go, she said she would go on like websites and look at like, will a relationship work with somebody, like will a mistress work, will a mistress turn into a relationship?
That's what Nikki was looking at?
Yeah.
She would tell you that, or you
She
heard
told
that?
me that.
Okay.
Yeah, she said that she would go on websites and look at stuff like that. I was like, why do you even look at stuff like that? She's like, I just want to see what other people have experienced.
But like, so that confuses me though, because I thought earlier you were saying she thought you were heading toward a divorce. So why was she looking at herself as a mistress?
This was later on.
Oh.
Like,
okay.
In August, like
Okay.
first week of August, when I told her like, I hadn't had that talk with her about separation,
Uh-huh.
that's when like she would start looking at like apartments and stuff. But like during our July relationship type thing there,
Oh, I see.
that's when she was looking up like, if would actually work.
Okay.
She told her friend Brittany about it, I guess. Brittany told her not to do it, but she said she'd already made a decision.
Okay. And so, are those people absolutely wrong about Nikki? She wasn't asking you to get rid of your family?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. And no part of any of this was because she put it in your head or asked you to, or?
No, she never. I mean, this whole relationship contributed to it.
Sure.
But she didn't
Okay.
want me to.
I mean, was it ever like, I wish you didn't have kids, I want to have, kids of my own with you, like,
She never knew if she wanted to have kids, but she said that, at one point she said, I'd like to give you a son.
did she know that Shanann was pregnant with a boy?
No.
Did she know Shanann was pregnant?
No.
And why is that? You just didn't tell her?
I didn't know. Like, because we had met.
But Shanann put that on Facebook.
Like,
how did she not see
I
that?
don't know. Maybe she did. She just was waiting for me to tell her, or she put it out of her head.
Can I ask you a question? A lot of people think you named Nico after Nikki. So what was that about?
Nico was actually a name that Shanann liked.
Okay. Shanann thought of that one?
Yeah, I wanted to spell it like N-E-K-O. I thought it was like Nico that way. But she said N-I-C-O. I thought it was like, Nico or something.
Okay.
Because Nico is more of like an Italian name.
Italian, yeah.
So, and like she did leave for, my middle name and my dad and all that. But like Nico is like, that's the name that she always liked.
Okay.